2012 Division IV football champion.
587 teams start the year with the aspirations of Ford Field glory. Now, after 9 weeks, reality sets in. Only 256 make the 8 divisions of playoffs, and over the course of the next 5 weeks, only 8 teams will reach that ultimate goal. The playoffs are now set, and we start in Division I. The Rockford Rams, who clinched their 5th straight OK Red Conference title, get a home matchup against Traverse City West, a foe that they are very familiar with. Ralph Munger and the Rams, they have met 4 times against TC West in the first round in the past 6 years, and they have won all 4 of them. Also in Division I, Region 1, District 1, it's East Kentwood and Hudsonville. Just 3 area teams in the mix, and unfortunately only one will make it out of the district. Winner of this one gets the winner of that Rockford TC West game. Now in Division 2, take a look at these matchups with some gigantic games in round 1. Mona Shores, their first trip to the postseason, they're going to get Noel Dean and the Red Arrows, who absolutely beat everything in their path this year. And then it's Reese Puffer and the Muskegon Big Reds. They just met back in week 9. So this round 1 matchup, a rematch of that. The Big Reds beat the Rockets 20-7 behind a big game from Deshaun Thrower despite the effort from the Rockets. Now also in Division 2, Region 2, District 1, it's the Mustangs of Portage Central, a perfect 9-0, and for that, they get a home field playoff game against Lansing Everett. Now in the same region and district, it's BC Lakeview, another undefeated team. They get Portage Northern, and I can almost guarantee you there won't be 2 undefeated teams when that one is done. And how about dramatics in this one? Zeeland West, Zeeland East. The Chicks and the Ducks. East beat West in OT in week 2, a rematch of that, and then you get Grand Rapids, Forest Hills Northern. They get the tough task of taking on defending Division III state champ Grand Rapids Christian, both teams at 7-2. Some other pairings from Division III. 6 more D3 matchups. Sparta heads north in Region 1, District 1 to Mount Pleasant, 5-4 versus 8-1. In the same district, Ionia back in the postseason for the first time since 06. Though a better record, they travel to Sault Ste. Marie. Wayland Union in the postseason at 5-4. They get Plainwell out of the Wolverine Conference. Byron Center travels to BC Harper Creek, and in Region 2, District 2, Sturgis, a 5-win qualifier, gets the St. Joseph Bears. Coldwater and Stevensville Lakeshore, both in that region and district as well. That's a 5-4 versus 6-3. Division 4 boasts the most West Michigan teams, 12 in all, including the defending champs Grand Rapids Christian. Johnny Wasink and the Sailors get 6-3 Otsego in a first-round matchup. Comstock Park, they lost to South Christian in the state semifinals last year. They'll look to get past that this year. First round against Fremont, and Belding at 6-3 gets the battle with 8-1 Spring Lake. Grand Rapids Catholic Central and Allendale, they have it out in Division 4 Region 2, which is where South Christian and Otsego are as well. Dowagiac and Edwardsburg meet in round 1, and the Eddies a perfect 9-0 for the second time in the last 3 years. And BC Penfield continues their postseason streak every year since 1999. They go to Paw Paw to meet an 8-1 Redskins team. And what a way to kick off Division 5. The West Catholic Falcons and the Portland Red Raiders. This is a rematch of last year's state championship. That was a 12-9 game. They get to hash it out again. And like last season, Falcons entering the postseason riding a winning streak, finishing 5-4 after starting 1-4. And they'll be out for redemption after Portland got their first ever state title last season in that 12-9 win in Division 5. Elsewhere in D5, Newaygo gets the tough test of Muskegon Oak Ridge. Parchment was just 3-6 last year. This year, they're now 6-3, and they get the 8-time state champion Jackson Lumum Christi, and a great game in Hopkins with an 8-1 Olivet in town. A couple of great West Michigan matchups now in Division 6 right out of the gate. Montague gets the 1-loss Shelby Tigers, a good Tigers team, and a Christian Crusade as the Calvin Christian Squires battle North Point Christian. These games both in Region 3, District 1, so only one of these 4 will be able to advance out of that district championship. The other battles in D6, Hartford and Watervliet meet for the second time this year. Earlier in Week 5, the Watervliet Panthers won that matchup to go on to their undefeated season. Schoolcraft gets another 8-1 team in Niles, Brandywine, and Constantine versus Michigan Center, though the Constantine Falcons are 5-4 All 4 of those losses coming to playoff teams. Now in Division 7, the big one is Saugatuck and Pewamo Westphalia. The Indians of Saugatuck get a team in the Pirates who lost their perfect regular season in the final week of the year. Both teams in at 8-1. Should be a great battle. A couple of other great games. St. Joe Lake Michigan Catholic only gave up an average of 11 points a game all year. They get Cassopolis, then Bridgman and Decatur. Decatur, 3 losses on the season by a combined 10 points. Lawton, who lost their perfect regular season in Week 9, going to take on Springport. And finally, in Division 8, Eau Claire and Mendon. The Pirates of Eau Claire in the postseason with a 4-4 record, and it's a tough test in the Mendon Hornets. Mendon, they've only lost once in the last 3 seasons, and that was to a team in D8 that also made it in this year. That's Muskegon Catholic Central, Region 3, District 1, MCC. The team that beat them, they take a 5-4 Fulton team on. MCC was just 1 win away from the title game last season after beating Mendon in that regional championship. Climax Scots, they're going to get Bellevue. And 6-3 team. 56 West Michigan teams in all made it into this year's state playoff tournament, an increase in numbers from years past. Of course, our Frenzy crew is going to be out all over West Michigan over the next 5 weeks, bringing you complete coverage of this MHSAA high school football action.